Here is one of the more honest answers I can give you in nutrition, because the very same nutrient cuts both ways, where the folate you get from food is protective, and high-dose synthetic folic acid from pills is the part that deserves a little caution. If that sounds contradictory, it isn't, and today I want to walk you through the timing paradox slowly and clearly, so that by the end it actually makes sense. Let's start with what folate is. Folate is a B vitamin, and its main job in your body is helping build and repair DNA. That single fact is the reason its relationship with cancer is complicated, because DNA building is exactly the machinery that both healthy cells and cancer cells rely on. When you have enough folate from food, your cells copy and repair their DNA normally, and that steady, well-supplied process is associated with a lower risk of several cancers, including colorectal cancer. So getting enough folate is genuinely a good thing, and for most people, that alone is the headline. Here is where the paradox comes in. Folate does not just protect DNA, it also fuels cell division. Before anything has gone wrong, that is protective, because it keeps your normal cells healthy and copying cleanly. But if abnormal or precancerous cells already exist, a sudden flood of extra folate, the kind you would get from high-dose supplements rather than food, could in theory help those rogue cells divide faster. So it is protective before and potentially unhelpful after cells have started to go wrong. Same nutrient, different moment, different effect. That is the timing part, and it is why a simple yes or no just doesn't do this topic justice. Now, form and dose matter enormously here, and this is the practical heart of it. Food folate, the kind in leafy greens, beans, lentils, asparagus, and citrus, comes in modest amounts that your body handles smoothly, and this is the form tied to lower risk. Folic acid is the synthetic version, the kind added to supplements and to fortified grains. It is not that folic acid is somehow poison, because it isn't. It is that chasing it in high doses, well beyond what food and normal fortification give you, is where the caution lives. So what do the actual supplement trials show? Honestly, they are mixed, and I want to be careful not to overstate this. Some folic acid trials found no clear benefit at all for cancer prevention. A few raised concern about things like advanced colorectal polyps or other cancers in certain groups of people. I want to be measured here because this is not alarming, and it is not a reason to be afraid of your morning cereal. But it was enough that routine high-dose folic acid is not recommended as a cancer prevention strategy. In other words, taking big folic acid pills to try to lower your cancer risk is not something the evidence supports, and it may carry a small downside in the wrong circumstances. I do want to set one thing clearly to the side because it matters. Folic acid guidance in pregnancy is a separate conversation, and it still stands. If you are pregnant or planning a pregnancy, folic acid supplementation is recommended to help prevent neural tube defects, and nothing I have said today changes that. That is a different goal, a different stage of life, and a well-established benefit. So please don't hear this as a reason to stop folic acid your doctor or midwife has recommended for pregnancy. So where does that leave you day to day? In a reassuring and refreshingly simple place, actually. Eat folate-rich foods freely. Fill your plate with vegetables, beans, greens, lentils, and citrus, and know that this is the protective form in the amounts your body was designed to handle. You genuinely do not need to ration your spinach or worry about your bowl of lentils. What you do not need to do is chase high-dose folic acid supplements in the hope of preventing cancer, because that is the part the evidence does not back, and the part where the timing paradox turns from friend to question mark. Food, folate, freely and often. High-dose folic acid pills for prevention, not something to reach for. And pregnancy guidance, entirely its own thing, and still exactly what it was. That is the whole nuance, and I hope it leaves you feeling a little more settled about your next plate of greens.